Hello and welcome to episode 43 of the Roll Jump Media podcast. I am here once again with my co hosts, Jose and Luis, and of course, your host, Ray. How's it going, guys? How's it going this Saturday morning?
Hello, good morning, guys. First Saturday of May.
Yeah,
Um, dude, the year is going by fast. Once again,
the fifth month.
yeah,
Jeez.
halfway through. Well, almost halfway through. Um, it's been good. Glad to be here.
And I'm glad
You
to
know what
hear
that
that,
means, though?
sir. What does it mean?
Eat three in 1 month. Oh, snap! Right,
Yo, what should we do for E3? Are we going to?
dude. I don't know. Like I was thinking about that. Because it's gonna be over the weekend, no?
I hope so.
I think it's gonna start like on a Saturday.
Ooh. Dude, we're gonna be all good and vaccinated. We're gonna have our 2 weeks. We could possibly, maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see.
We shall see. What we're going to be talking about today, audience, we're going to be talking about those new Pokemon Snap reviews, Returnal reviews. We're going to be talking about Super Mario Party for a brief second, and we're going to be talking about Nintendo Switch exclusives from the years of 2018 and 2019. But before we get into all of that, we're going to do what we know how to do very well. Actually, before that, quick update for the draft. There has been one development that's going to tie in with something later in the episode. Jose has his third
Oh,
game on the
shoot, that's
board,
true. That's right.
and that is Returnal. Returnal is Jose's highest scoring game so far with an 85.
Damn, that's good. Um, Give me that nice little boost.
You got a
I believe
boost.
I'm in first place right now,
You're
but
in first place.
won't last long.
Quick recap. I'm sitting at 28 points. I am currently in last place. Luis is sitting in second place with 30 points. And Jose sitting in first place, 36 points. Good show.
Bro, looking at the games that are coming, RE Village, it's alright. I don't know, but Ratchet and Clank, dude,
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah,
like, ooh, I don't know, man. Like seeing how that game looks, that might be a high score for you.
That's why it was my first pick.
Darn.
I didn't doubt for a second, bro. Insomniac, you betting against Insomniac?
Hmm.
Why?
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. Oh, what the heck? Let me turn that
I should have
off.
believed.
Yeah. I had that same one with Monster Hunter, dude. Monster Hunter is currently the highest one
Yeah,
so far. Yep. Yep, yep. Resident
it's gonna
Evil?
get spicy.
Yep, it is. Resident Evil though, I think it's gonna get mid 80s.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. All right. Well, enough about the draft. Let's go ahead and start talking about what we've been playing, guys. Go ahead and take it away.
All right, so I'll go ahead and get started. Um, Once again, this past week, it's been a steady. I've been playing. I've been playing quite a bit.
Yeah.
um, for my 2DS, I've been playing Detective Pikachu. I actually got into it a little more this past week. It's been more fun, I guess. I've gotten more invested in the story. I think I think I'm halfway through or getting to half the game. But it's one of those games that I just play just to chill, like at night or something. Um, but yeah, I've been playing that. Um, for my PS5. I've been playing. Well, I finished Resident Evil 7,
Oh,
uh, and I finished the Chris DLC, the Not a Hero. Um, and I enjoyed. I actually enjoyed Resident Evil 7. It's really when when people said that it's like a return to Resident Evil. Well, I do think it is. The I think the horror aspect of it is there again.
right.
So I'm really excited to see what Village brings, and I'm excited to learn more about Ethan Ethan Winters and what his deal is in this world. Um, but yeah, what I've been playing the most is Apex, Apex Legends.
How have we not crossed,
Uh,
bro? I've been playing a lot of Apex too. Maybe at different times
I
though.
know, yeah, yeah, because I usually play like after work and after I eat, like around six
Oh, okay, yeah,
p.m.
yeah, yeah.
Um, but yeah, I've been playing a couple of hours every day of Apex, and I don't know, like we've talked about it before, but it's one of those games that I just don't get. If I get bored of it, I'll stop for like a few days, but then I'll come back and it's like
Yeah,
I'll be having fun again. I don't
renewed.
know. Yeah, yeah, it's really I really like the game. And then like an update is coming up, so I might be on even more.
End of
Um,
the season crunch.
yeah, and then but yeah, but what I've been focusing the most, I think, is on my Switch, the Monster Hunter Rise.
Okay.
I think I'm I want to say I'm close to 60 hours into the game.
What?
I know
You caught up?
it's rookie numbers. Yeah, I checked actually. Yeah, you're right. I checked your time and you're like at 70 something,
That
or
sounds about right. Yeah.
yeah. So I'm like, I'm putting in more hours into it, and I don't know. I mean, that game as well. It's fun, dude.
Hmm.
um, I want to play it every time. It's a game that I play like at night, while I'm chilling, listening to music or
Oh yeah,
podcasts or whatever.
yeah. Perfect game for
Um,
that.
yeah, and it's
Mhm.
like, I don't know. I'm enjoying that, and but yeah, I mean, that's what I've been playing. Those three games. Um, and I don't know, like there's a lot of games coming up. Snap is coming up, and we'll talk about that. Well, I mean, it came already, but we don't have it yet.
Yeah.
Um, Resident Evil is coming up, and
Oof. Next
I'm
week.
thinking about getting that one next week. I'm thinking about getting that one, but we'll see.
Yeah.
But then there's so many games coming up, dude. Like especially like in July, um, June and July, like then August. I don't know, but yeah, I've been having fun with what I've been playing with.
Nice. I was gonna ask you to um, if I would enjoy it based on like my preferences for Resident Evil, but I think I know the answer to that. I'm just gonna stay away from Resident Evil 8. I'm thinking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's a big no. Eh.
that's a big no, Chief.
Yeah.
Um, as far as I go, it's a little. It's nothing has changed from the last time we met. I've only been playing um, Pokemon Ranger, Guardian Signs on my 3DS.
Jose, before you go
Um,
further, every time you say
yeah,
Pokemon Ranger, I'm thinking of like the Wild West Cowboys. Like, I don't know why. I don't know why it gives me those vibes, even though it's not. It's probably not even that.
Pikachu with a cowboy hand sheet. I mean, and stuff.
Quick draw with the
um,
straw in his mouth.
yeah. No, I mean, I guess they're more like those like forest rangers, or the people who
Uh,
uh
yeah, yeah, yeah.
who focus on like protecting animals
Got you.
um
Hmm.
in real life. Like that's you know
Okay. Oh, that makes more
what they
sense.
are. That's yeah, that's like the role in the games. um but yeah, I've been playing that. That's literally the only thing I've been playing. Um, I don't know. I guess I'm just going through a non-gaming phase in my life right now. Um, because I mean, there's plenty of games on the PS5 that I can play. Um, Luis and our brother Marcos have downloaded several games that I could just start playing, but I haven't really sat down and started playing. Um, but I don't know, maybe later, eventually. Um, but yeah, I've just been playing that. It's been fun. It did start out pretty slow. I think I mentioned this. It wasn't as uh, entertaining as the first two. Well, the first one just because it was the first one in the franchise. The second one I think is the best one still um, so far. But it's picking up and I'm enjoying it a lot. And yeah, that's pretty much all I've been playing. I haven't really touched Animal Crossing. I feel bad for my villagers. Uh, I haven't touched the Switch at all.
Oh
But
man.
I know. Um, but yeah, I mean, I'm hoping to. I'm looking forward to playing Pokemon Snap once it arrives. I pre-ordered mine, but it's not um, same day. Wait, what? Release day shipping? Um, or like it didn't arrive on release day, so I have to wait till Monday to get it.
Yeah.
So sad, but yeah, looking forward to that. But that's pretty much it. Taking it slow.
Yep. Yep. Pokemon Snap, dude. If that doesn't make you play the Switch, I don't know what's going to, man. Yeah, you're just in a rut, and you just gotta wait. You just gotta wait until that's over.
I know.
Yeah. But that's good, man. That's good. Sometimes you need a little break and to keep things, fresh and enjoyable.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I am last. I have a few things I want to talk about. The first one that I didn't expect to get that into was that I've been kind of like binging. I kind of binged the story modes to uh, Mortal Kombat 11. So how that went, it was kind of like in three phases. The first one I played to like chapters 1 through 4. They're not that long chapters. They're like you do a few fights per chapter, and it has cutscenes that tell a story. And I did the first four, I think, couple weeks back. To avoid spoilers, refer to the timestamps in the description. And then, like this past week, I did chapters 5 through 12, binged it, and then I did Aftermath, which is like 6 chapters, and I binged that all like in one sitting. It's probably not that healthy, but it got me engaged. It was pretty fun.
Well,
Yeah. So played on medium. I took it pretty easy. Just got by with knowing some combos from each of the characters, and that was a good way to expose myself to all the characters. Not high risk like in online. You can just mess around and see how they play on a surface level, which was fun. The production values of Mortal Kombat 11 story mode. Like I don't care what kind of genre your game is. This game right here, production levels. Ooh, my gosh, top tier, creme de la creme production levels. It's so pretty, so gorgeous. Um, and it's eye candy, man. Oh my gosh, I don't know how much money they had to work with, how many people are on their team, all that good stuff. But my goodness, is this game just fun to watch? Just do the fights and then just it's like a movie basically. Like just watch the movie, do some fights in between, but watch the movie. Yeah, it was super cool, really fun. And what else did I play? Um, Lots of Apex. Played a lot of Apex. Trying to get to the rank 100 in the battle pass, get that premium currency because I'm invested with the battle pass. That's how they get you. They get you to get the battle pass, and then you feel like you need to complete it. And having fun with that, dude. Luis, yo, I popped
what up?
off. I popped off with the wingman last night. It felt so good, or like this morning, early this morning.
Really?
Yeah. Oh
The
my
wingman?
gosh. Yeah.
Dude, I think I've seen people use that gun. Like, wait, maybe that one or the Mozambique.
The
Either way,
Mozambique's
like,
the shotgun. Like,
yeah, the little
yeah,
shotgun, right?
yeah, 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 dude. The wingman came in clutch because I was kind of like when I wanted to change it up from the sniper and
Hmm.
SMG combo, so I'd use the wingman, which is better. You know, it's kind of like it's well rounded for like close range if you really need to
Right.
use it, and then long range. Do those long range shots when you pull them off, man? Oh,
Really?
juicy. Yes,
I might need to
juicy. You gotta try
try the
it.
wingman.
Yeah, just give it a few games and just like hopefully you get one that you pop up relatively like well. Oh my gosh, ascended. Yeah,
Have ascended.
yeah. Let's see what else. Got that Monster Hunter. I've been like taking a break from it. Still having a lot of fun whenever I jump back into it. I know there's new monsters now, so probably gonna have
That's
to
true.
jump in and take them out. And did you change up your weapons? Or are you still using the charge blade?
Still using the charge rate. Still having
Nice,
fun with that. Huh?
awesome. Yeah. Right now, I want to upgrade my dual blades for the Magnemolatry,
Mm.
and Insect Glaive is holding me down. Longsword is holding me down. I'm really trying to learn how to use the switch axe optimally. I'm trying to evade things and not get hit all the time. I probably mentioned that before, but that's where I'm at.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. There's one more thing. I think there's one more thing I was wanted to mention. Mortal Kombat, Apex. Oh yeah, other M.
There.
Yeah, yeah. So other M. Oh, Final Fantasy 14 grinding. I kind of forgot.
But
Yeah. Okay. Other
of
M. This
course,
was yeah, of course, of course. Other M last night. That was the stream for last night, and I was pleasantly surprised by how much I enjoyed this game, y'all.
this is one of the more uh, well, it's the most criticized like 3D Metroid game, right?
Yes, yes, it is,
The most
and
critically unclaimed.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So the thing with this game, I think I was a little too harsh on it before when I said like, don't even bring it to the Switch, don't even bother, like blah blah blah. Big cap. That's big cap. I was following
It was
the
Cap.
the general trend, yeah,
Hmm.
which I shouldn't have done because this game is good. So, why this game is good? First and foremost, the game's combat, bro. The combat in this game is like no other in the Metroid franchise. It is premium combat. It's really good. So, um, how this differs from the other combat is like it's more active. So it's like 2.5D, which means that you're scrolling sideways, you're scrolling up and or you're scrolling sideways with Samus. You can also go up and down. So there's perspective to it, and it's fast paced. So you how the combat usually goes is that you're going to want to charge up your beam for the chunkier enemies, and you can actively dodge it if you time your movement in a certain way, and she'll dodge out the way, do like a little stance, and then you'll be able to counter with your beam. And to use your missiles, which it takes a little bit of getting used to, but it works well most of the time, is turning the Wiimote forward so that you can get access to your missiles, and then you focus on the enemy and launch your missiles at them. So how it uses the Wiimote control to implement all of Samus's abilities is actually it's actually really fun because no nunchuck is needed. You just use the Wiimote, and it works well for the most part. The places where it doesn't work well is when you're trying to go into missile mode really quickly and be accurate at the same time. That's inherent to the motion controls. Like sometimes it's kind of with any game, you can kind of lose yourself in the action, the pointer at least. So that's still a thing here, but really fun to play. And as for the story takes place after, well, spoilers really quick for like 5 seconds. Spoilers. It takes place after Super Metroid, and spoilers over, I guess. And I won't go into more detail other than that. So there's a lot of internal dialogue with Samus. She gives you her perspective internally, and her voice is really monotone. I don't prefer like who they voice casted Samus as. If they had like a different person to give her lines to encompass her personality better, because Samus like never talks. So this is like the first time they actually made her talk a lot, and it's mostly a miss. I won't say mostly a miss. I mean, it's serviceable for the most part, and sometimes it kind of comes across weirdly. So I think that's the main gripe, is that not that Samus is talking, but how she delivers some of her lines is, I think, is what makes people not too thrilled about this game.
Hmm.
Yes, that was a lot. That was a lot. I don't know if you need time to process what I said, but if you're interested in playing this though, I hope Nintendo does bring it, because it's worth a playthrough just to see. I think my last playthrough, I didn't even get everything. It was like 10 hours to playthrough, short game,
It's only
Do
10
you,
hours long?
about 10 hours, yeah, casual playthrough,
Oh.
yeah.
Do you think Nintendo will port it though?
You never know, man. I mean, that's like the one of the more modern ones. It's on the Wii, so
No.
I hope so. I hope so, because I think if people revisit it now, I think it's kind of comparable to was it Skyward Sword?
Mm.
I think it'll get a Skyward Sword kind of reception. Well, it hasn't got it received yet, but I think people will like
Yeah.
Skyward Sword more, and I think that will happen the same with Other M. Interesting takes from me. I didn't expect to have fun. I thought it was gonna be like, oh yeah, I see the glaring flaws here, but it's just here and there. Like every once in a while, you're like, ooh, it's kind of weird how you phrase that, or this is a weird justification for that. But other than that, fun game, really fun. The most anime Metroid game. I'm gonna say that right here.
Nani?
Yes.
Oh, that explains it all. Thank you.
Yeah.
I
Ooh.
I can kind of picture it now.
All right. Shall we move on to the news part of the podcast?
Let's do
let's
it.
go.
All right. All right. So the first thing we're going to be doing, actually, let's go ahead and talk about Super Mario Party before we get into the reviews. Y'all hear about the Super Mario Party update Nintendo just dropped out of nowhere?
That 2-year-old game? That was
Yeah.
weird. That's random.
So random. I have some details from Jordan Oleman from IGN. Before we start discussing it, sorry if I got your thunder all halted for a minute, but here's some details just in case you didn't hear them. There are 3 modes playable online. It's going to be Mario Party, Partner Party, and Free Play. This makes boards playable online for the first time, and most importantly, when playing online, all characters and boards are available regardless of in-game progress. You can choose Friend Match, which is playing with those on your friends list, or a private game. You can play up to 4 players, and it supports the invite friend feature on the system. So, Super Mario Party, y'all have it, I believe, right?
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
It was, but we haven't touched it since we only touched it like twice, like
Wow.
like us here.
Yeah.
But we played with friends, with you and others.
Right.
Um, like a couple more, other times. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know why Nintendo did this update. I mean, and it's so like so late, you know. Like I would understand like maybe when the whole pandemic thing started, so people can go back and play it last
Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
Uh, but now that like people are getting vaccinated, uh, places are starting to open up. It's kind of like okay, after like 1 year and a half, almost 2 years. Um, I mean, it's cool. It's cool that they did it, but it's like why? Um, I was like reading up, how because I think there were rumors that there was gonna be another Super Mario Party coming out, or they were working on another Mario Party. So I don't know what this says about that. I don't know if it like they're saying like, okay, there's more game to this now.
Hmm.
Here it is. Uh, or maybe like the rumors they were just rumors. Um, but I don't know. It's interesting. It's interesting. Nintendo being Nintendo, I guess.
Yeah.
Good thing the Mario anniversary is over.
Or you think they're gonna vote up the update? Like play the update until this certain time, and then the update's going away.
It's just I don't know. I feel like it would have made more sense had they released it during the anniversary
Ah,
celebration.
yeah.
Um, it's kind of weird that it ended and then almost a month later. No, actually, well, yeah. Within the month after it ended, it's like, oh, by the way, here's some Super Mario content. Um, and all the Zelda fans are just like looking for crumbs, at this point. But yeah, I mean, it's cool. I mean, like I said, we haven't really touched the game. I personally am not a fan of these new Mario parties,
Hmm.
just because I don't know, like the rules, the difficulty level, um, it's just not there. Our first Mario Party was Mario Party 4, so
Oh yeah, the
um,
goat.
even that one, it's not the like the original Mario Party, but it still had that, you know, um, like those rules, those it's just I don't know. It's too much to ask for like characters to go their own way. I don't even remember. I can't remember if this Super Mario Party has the car. Does it?
I don't think so. Not that I remember.
This one? No. Um, but yeah. I mean, it's cool. At least they didn't charge for it.
Yeah, true, true. Um, yeah, dude, it's. Yeah, I was gonna say like, is it still full price?
Right. It probably is. I mean,
Dang,
it's a
Nintendo, you
Nintendo game.
gouging me,
It
bro. Like,
it probably is full price. And who knows? Maybe that could be like their strategies, like just to boost those sales up a little bit. For people who didn't buy it, like this is a good incentive to buy the game. Um,
true.
but it's Nintendo, so
Yeah, yeah.
maybe like a $5 price drop.
If you're lucky, if you have enough platinum points, maybe we'll give you $3. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, but I was gonna say something. Oh, grand scheme of things though, Nintendo is selling Switches like hotcakes still. I'm sure, and they have been. They sold so many during 2020, like 20 million. Was it like? What was it like? Close to 20 million dang near Switches they're selling. So
I'm not sure.
yeah, I
Um,
think that's so like around there, a little less maybe, but they got a whole brand new audience to gouge their money out. So why not, dude? Why not give a reason?
yeah.
Yeah, I understand it, Nintendo. I understand it. I mean, for a lot of us, we don't really care, but do you, Nintendo? Do you?
Yeah, I mean
You do
that's
you.
what it's like. I don't know. I feel like people weren't asking for it. They weren't expecting it, and it was just like, okay. I don't think people knew how to react to it, so it just kind of happened.
Yeah. Yeah, don't have much else to say about it. Shall we move on?
Let's go.
Okay. All right. I'll give you guys a choice for this one. Should we go over Pokemon Snap first or Returnal?
Um, which one came first? Whichever one came
Um,
first. Oh, they both released the same
The
day.
same day.
Damn. Let's do Pokemon Snap.
Okay, Pokemon Snap it is. Pokemon Snap review roundup. Currently, as of when I pulled this last night or last evening, it had an 80 on Metacritic. And there was
Damn.
one, yeah, it's pretty good, pretty good. So there was one outlet that gave it 100, The Telegraph. And they said, this is paraphrasing, they said that the game plays at the right speed and the personalities of the Pokemon really shine through. They did say those who aren't so big on replaying levels may find it tiring, however. And then I also have another one from The Gamer. They gave it an 80, and this is the quote. Pokemon Snap has issues when it comes to tedium between courses, arbitrary solutions, and boring, barely functional extra mechanics, but the courses and Pokemon are legitimately incredible. Yo, that was an aggressive sentence.
Damn.
That was an aggressive sentence. Still an 80. Let me finish. The Photo Dex is a marvel. Multiplayer creates healthy competition for replayability, and just being able to inhabit Lentil is a spectacle in and of itself. I'm not sure I'd recommend it to someone who can't tell Bagon from Beldum, but if you're a born and bred Pokemon fan, new Pokemon Snap could be your sleeper hit of the year. I have another quote from the Gaming Bible. They give it an 80 as well. The main gripe I see some people having with new Pokemon Snap is that it is a full price game. If you're the type of person expecting a deep narrative that will last for over 10 hours and have no interest in sticking around after the credits roll to pump up your photo decks, then you're going to have a bad time. But if you're like me and you're going to stick around, max out the research levels on each course, complete all the research requests to unlock stickers, and discover all the cool secrets, fun interactions, and hard to discover Pokemon, and you're going to love it. And then I'll just include one paraphrase from The Guardian that gave it a 60. This is one of the lower scores. And they called it a laid back game that is enjoyable, just not wildly exciting.
Fair enough.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, I mean, all these reviews kind of they're kind of what I was expecting. It's Pokemon Snap is a very niche game. And I think even back then, like it was pretty like if you liked it, you liked it. Like you're the type of person who is gonna like these type of games. If you didn't, then you know it's like it's not for everyone.
Yeah.
Because it is a very uh I mean you could say it's repetitive, you could say it's very you could say it's boring. If you're expecting like, you know, action packed scenes and storytelling and um but you know the game is advertised as a photograph taking game, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
So I mean, and I mean, I think people go in knowing that, like people that are buying this game go in and knowing that it's just, you know, taking pictures of Pokemon. And
Right.
even if in me telling you that, you know, oh, it's a game about taking pictures of Pokemon. If I mean, if you're not the type of person who's gonna like that, who doesn't, who's not attracted to that idea or that premise, then you know it's a game that's not for you. So, um, I
Mhm.
mean, I can definitely see where these reviews are coming from. Um, I'm like I think it was like the second to last review you mentioned.
Mhm.
I'm that type of person who is gonna go and try to 100% everything, get all the stickers, take pictures of all the Pokemon available, um, just because I'm a completionist like that. Um, but
Hey.
and yeah, I mean, to me, that's really, I mean, it's fun to me, especially because I played the original Pokemon Snap and I mean, as a kid, that was like the most fun I've had. Um,
Mm.
Pokemon Snap is actually one of the first Pokemon games ever that I played. I think it's the second one, only after Pokemon Stadium. Those were
Yo.
like my first experience with Pokemon in video game medium. Um, but and so yeah, I mean, it's it holds a special place in my heart. And I'm really excited to see what it looks like and how it plays. But uh, but yeah, I mean, it's definitely not for everyone, and
Sweet.
that's completely understandable.
I mean, pretty much what Jose said. If you played Pokemon Snap before, you kind of know what kind of game it is. Uh, because from the reviews you talked about, a lot of people were saying that it might be boring or that it's not action packed or there's not much to do. I mean, you essentially just taking pictures of Pokemon. So I guess like treat it as it's sort of like a chill pastime, I guess. Put in the game, uh, take pictures, and I don't know, and basically what Jose said. If you're looking for like an amazing story with action-packed scenes and it's not that kind of Pokemon game. It's not that kind of game. Um, and I guess if you it depends on the person, and but I'm glad it's doing well. Uh, we a lot of people, especially Pokemon fans, especially Nintendo 64 fans, were asking for a new Pokemon Snap, so we got it, and I'm sure we'll have fun.
Yep. Yep. People who are going to pick up this game, as Jose said, I think this is pretty much true. They know what they're getting themselves into. They're in for the experience. So yeah,
Right.
yeah. I'm glad that it's quality. I'm glad they didn't really. It's not really a cash grab in a way. I mean, like they probably could have added more stuff here and there, but people are saying like this is the most beautiful depiction of this Pokemon, the Pokemon in general. So even that by itself, I mean, it's pretty cool.
Mhm.
Okay, shall we move on to Returnal?
Let's
Let's to
go.
go.
All right. So Returnal, Jose's best performing game so far, has an 86 on Metacritic. So before we talk about Returnal, there's going to be a term tossed around here, most likely called mentioned like roguelike. So it's a genre, and it's actually named after a game called Rogue. I did not know this. I was looking it up. I had information from Inverse and Livewire, and uh, usually what roguelike games are characterized as is it has permadeath. So if you die, you start from the beginning of the game, or yeah, and there's also randomly generated like um, assets or environments. So enemies might be in different places. The environment might look different each time you run through the game. What Returnal is called a rogue light. So instead of a rogue like, it's a rogue light, which means it's more in general it's going to be more forgiving than a rogue like. There's going to be more concessions here to make it not as hardcore. But still, Returnal I've heard is really hard. All right, you guys ready for the quotes?
Yes, bring
All
it
Yeah.
on.
right, cool, cool, cool. So the first one I have here is from Player Two. They gave it a 91. And they said Returnal has every right to belong in the same conversation of titles from the likes of Insomniac, Naughty Dog, Sucker Punch, Gorilla, and Santa Monica do. It might feel like you're beating your head against a very smart wall, but persist because as you learn to play the game's very specific set of rules, mastery will reward you with one of the finest titles you're likely to play in 2021. Second quote is from The Games Machine, gave it a 90. Returnal is an amazing game. Metroidvania, roguelite, and bullet hell mixed perfectly, and the result is fluid, rich, and incredibly addictive action. The loop becomes the cornerstone of a mysterious, allegorical, and at times terrifying narrative capable of keeping you glued to your DualSense from start to finish. And the Easy Allies gave it an 85, and they said Returnal is a great debut of Housemarque on the PS5. The $70 price tag may be off putting for some, but it makes a great case for itself thanks to excellent gameplay, an intriguing narrative, and replayability. It would be nice if some of the areas felt more distinct from one another, and there are a few tech issues left to iron out. Regardless, Returnal is a blast to play and worth going down the rabbit hole in search of its secrets. And one of the main areas of critique from other outlets is that the game can be uncompromising, or it's pretty tough game
It's
in
pretty tough.
general. Yeah. So that's
Lately,
Returnal. Yeah.
yeah, lately I've been seeing criticism on the fact that you can't save or there's no save points.
Oh, really?
Um, yeah, because um I think um I think that's one of the characteristics of a roguelike. I think that like the saving, it works differently with these types of games.
Hmm.
I don't think you can save like um, mid run. You know, like you're playing, it's not
Uh,
like, oh well, I'm gonna go ahead and save it here. Um, and I think I saw I think IGN reported um that that there's no saves here. So like if you want the game to save, I guess you have to go through like the, I don't know, like go through a level, or I don't really know how Returnal works,
got you.
but that could take like 2 to 3 hours, right? And it's very
Mm-hmm.
um and it's people, they don't really, some people don't have time for that. Some people are like, oh well, I can only put in like 1 hour maybe, because they're busy or whatever. And it's like that's a lot of the criticism that these people have of the game, because it's they sometimes they just want to stop playing it, and
Yeah,
they
yeah.
can't they can save it, because if they they turn it off, they're gonna go back to the previous save point or something,
Right.
um, and then have to do everything all over again. So um, that's sort of like the criticism I've been seeing quite a
Mm-hmm.
bit actually. Um, I think IGN uh, did like an article on that, and other media, other outlets. There you go.
Yep.
Other outlets have reported on that as well. So I don't know. You know, I've seen comments. Like on Twitter, I saw like comments saying, that I don't. It's kind of like a what's it called, a put off. Like they don't have time, or they don't have the time to do that. To play 2 3 hours, uh, to be able to not lose your progress. So it's kind of like a
Mm.
turn off for a lot of people. Like
Oh man.
I think I'm gonna pass on this one, or and things like that. But uh, maybe they'll fix it. I don't know. But it is that kind of game. And you said it was like uncompromising. Maybe that's the game they wanted to go for. Um, so I guess it's up to the player. But other than that, I've heard really great things about the game, though. That it's beautiful, that it's fun as well. And it is hard, but it keeps you playing more as well. So I guess there's pros and cons for this game.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't see how it would compromise the creative intent to just add a, you know, more generous save points just to save where you're at in the game. Like maybe if I don't know, I'm not a tech person, but hopefully they figure it out because I think Housemark needs that bigger audience so that they can, because they've been struggling to capture a lot of people to play their games previously, their bullet hell games that
Hmm.
were previously you know, put out to the
Right.
public. So I hope that they'll find a way to rope those people in who are interested. And um, does Jose have anything to say before I go into why I didn't pick this up as a PlayStation player?
Um, yeah, well, I mean, I've heard really good things. Obviously, the reviews reflect that. I mean, it's always nice to see this like new
Hello? Oh,
guess
Okay. Oh,
get
there
the
you go. Yeah.
success like other big titles and the attention and the praise that it's getting. Oh, sorry. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Uh-huh.
Um, but yeah, it's it's good. Like I like when new games get the praise and the attention that Returnal is getting, just because it kind of it's always a good thing when there's more options for gamers. And I've seen footage of it, and it's like we said, uh, oh well, like you mentioned as well, like it's people have been praising the visuals, the graphics of the game.
Hmm.
I think I think one of the developers or one of the creators of the game once shared on Twitter like the concept art for the enemies and like what they're inspired by. And I like to see those type of things as well. Just like to see like the inspiration, what made them design these enemies, this way, or um, just to see the inspiration. And I mean, like I mentioned, I like that. I like to see those parts, those like behind the scenes. And I mean, Returnal. I mean, it's a game I wouldn't mind playing. I was looking through it as well, and it is, a rogue-like game. Um, and it's apparently it's a psychological like horror game. Um, and I mean, those are always good, I think.
Hmm.
So yeah, I mean, I'd be interested in playing it. Um, and I mean, good for them, good for that studio.
Yeah. Any additional comments on your part, Luis?
No, I'm good.
All right, for sure. Just checking. All right. So y'all know me, and I would think that you guys would think that I would be 100% into this.
Yep. I remember
Yeah.
because I remember when we started talking about it, you said you like the third person shooter aspect of it.
Yes.
Um, so let's hear it.
All right. So first and foremost, like I'd probably be more interested if I wasn't drowning in games to play
Right.
already. And it's $70 is kind of steep, and I don't know. I wasn't feeling paying $70 right now. It's kind of like one of the main things. However, comma, there's another reason, and I think I've been spoiled by how crispy some other games have handled the third-person combat. I've been watching some Returnal gameplay, and it's not a knock on the game for a lot of people, but for me, the movement, I probably brung this up before. It looks a little stiff. It looks a little stiff. The melee looks a little stiff, and there's other games that are more fluid and more pleasing to my aesthetics. As I've been watching a YouTube video where he's like aesthetics.
Aesthetics.
Yeah, the gamer 2323. He's pretty funny. Anyway,
Shut up.
yeah, yeah. But that's the reason. That's the reason. It just didn't pull me in all the way with the animations. But that's a me thing. That's totally a me thing. I know it is. So that's why. And over here, freaking Cyberpunk could bring me in because you could like twirl a knife in your hand. And I'm like, oh, I'm in.
Where all the
That
glitches included.
Yeah. Give
yeah,
me the glitches.
definitely a good thing.
Yeah, that's a me thing. That's why. That's me. That's me. I don't know if I saw the hand twirl knife, but that's like I put a game of the year article up, and I put a GIF of me twirling the knife in my hand as one of the standout things. So anyway, we went over two games, new Pokemon Snap and Returnal. You guys are gonna be enjoying Pokemon Snap when it arrives, and Returnal. Maybe we'll get to it. We haven't gotten it yet, right?
No.
All right, yeah. But we wish these both of these games success because they sound like bangers. All right, you guys. So last week we were doing our Nintendo Switch exclusives for 2018 retrospective, and we were almost done, but then we had some technical difficulties. So how about we continue onto that train?
Let's do it.
Okay. So we were talking about Tropical Freeze, and then I was going to toss it over to Luis to do some final thoughts on that game, but then the technical difficulties took over. So um, I think you did share some about it, but do you want to, or maybe not? Do you want to say something before we move on to the next game about Tropical Freeze?
Yeah. Tropical Freeze. Um, yeah. So that game, I remember when it came out for the Wii U. A lot of people praised it. Some people consider it the best, or you know, well, the best uh, Donkey Kong Country game. Um, and I think I have to agree from the country games that I played. Um,
Mm.
I I played well, I grew up playing Diddy's Quest, the King Kong Country 2.
Right.
That was one of the games that I played the most when I was a kid on my Super Nintendo. Uh, what was it? I think it was either last year or the year before I played Country, Donkey Kong Country, the first one on the Switch Online. Um, Obviously, the second game was a big improvement from the first one. Not trying to you know say the first one is boring or anything like that. It's just as fun. Um, but they did improve um, more, or they added more to it on the
Hmm.
second game. And then after that, I didn't play. And I think there was a third one, a third Donkey Kong Country. I didn't play the DK Returns, um, or Donkey Kong Country Returns. Um, and then I didn't play Tropical Freeze until it was ported to the Switch. Jose actually bought the game randomly because he wanted to get it. And then I played it, and yeah, I think it we're talking about how it's been progressing. I think it adds even more to it. The game is beautiful. There's some levels on the game. They're just so nice to see. They use like the use of color in some of these levels is it's really good.
Mm.
And again, but it's still, I think it still has that feel of the Donkey Kong Country games. Um, Different art style, but the gameplay, the feel of it, it's there. Um, and I don't know. I mean, I can see why a lot of people praised it back when it came out on the Wii U. Um, it's I don't know. Like it's really beautiful. Like every time I think of that game, I think of there's a level where or there's levels where you're sort of like you're like you're not a shadow, but like the background it's brighter, which makes you look dark. The character looks dark, and you're
Sick.
just going through that level like as shadows, and then the background it's like very fluorescent and very bright. I don't know. It's really pretty.
Hmm.
Um, and and then even the bosses. Jose, I think he mentioned the bosses last time. Uh, from DK Country, did his quest, and the first one, it's pretty simple. You just, you hit them in the head, and then they throw barrels at you, or they rush at you. I think the bosses for this game, they're way more. There's more to it, right? The stages are bigger, so you have more freedom to move, and they do more attacks. And there's more to those. They're more dynamic, I would say, uh, which makes the fights more memorable. And I don't know. I think all around it's such a big improvement on the formula, that the DK Country formula, and it's pretty cool.
Yo, that was it, man. That was it. I was like, I want to know why this game is special, and I think you described it really well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're waiting for the next one though.
Waiting for the next one. Donkey
Where
Kong's
you at
40th,
retro?
dude.
Yeah.
Wait, what happened?
Where you at retro? But they're working
Oh,
on Prime 4.
right, right. Yeah. Um, I haven't played it, so I don't have much to
Mhm.
say about Tropical Freeze in particular. Any closing thoughts before we move on to the next game?
I'd say let's move on.
All right. This one, I'll just put it on here because I know Luis, you had played this. Bayonetta 1 and Bayonetta 2 came to the Switch in 2018. How do you like those games?
Um, I mean, they're great. I played. I actually bought these games. I've been wanting to try them. Ever since Bayonetta came to Smash. That's the one of the reasons why I became interested in Bayonetta. Um, and we did have the Wii U. We missed a lot of games in the Wii U. We just talked about Tropical Freeze, and then Bayonetta 2 was another one. Um, and when that game came out on the Wii U, it came with the first game. So I wasn't able to get it for the Wii U, so I was like, oh well, whatever.
Hmm.
Then at the Game Awards, they announced the port with the second game, which included the first game, and then they announced the third game. So I was like, okay, I guess I was riding the hype. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
it's a good opportunity to play these games. Um, I've never played this type of game, like the hack and slash, like the Devil May Cry's, all these types of games. So it was
Hmm.
kind of like the first experience playing these games,
Gotcha.
and so it was brand new to me. I went in playing the first one. I played the first one first, and it's basically hack and slash. You do these combos and get these hits, and it's cool and it's fun. Um, I'm not like the hardcore. Okay, I gotta do these combos, and I tried doing that, like trying to do these combos, but it's not something that I was like oh, I have to do this, right?
Right.
I was more interested in like the story, and what was going on. But yeah, the first game I think was the weakest one. Just like overall, the way it looks, um, the way it plays, it's pretty much the same thing as the second one. But yeah, the first one, the way it looks, the story was kind of a little weak, a little confusing. It's very convoluted.
Hmm.
Um, so that's that. But then the second one, which a lot of people again considered it one of the best, if not the best game at the Wii U of the Wii U. Yeah, I think I really like the second one way better, or way more than the first one. Same because of the same things as I talked about Tropical Freeze. The colors, the use of colors in that game, um, it makes it gives it like I don't know, like another, like it's a plus, right? It's the game is beautiful. I think the way they use colors, it's way more colorful than the first game. It's obvious, the support that Nintendo gave Platinum Games for this game.
Hmm.
Um, and the way it plays, it's pretty much the same, uh, doing combos and all these things. And I enjoyed the story a little bit more for this one. So overall, I mean, I think it's a platinum game. Um, it's it's you're doing these combos, you're defeating enemies, um, and going through like levels and going through a story. And it's
Hmm.
pretty straightforward. Um, defeating enemies, and getting to know the characters and all these things. Um, I really enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to a third one whenever that comes out. Um, so yeah, I mean, it's definitely like uh, it was a must-have on the Wii U, and I think on the Switch. There's a lot of games on the Switch still, but I think if you're into that kind of type of game, it's definitely a must-have. And I
Right.
think like the character of Bayonetta as well. She's very interesting. She's very cool. Like I don't know, she's badass. So that's always a plus too. I think she's a very likable character. Um, so yeah, I think that's all I have to say.
Oh yeah, that was well said. Cool. And Bayonetta hype.
For that, I did play the. I was able to play the first one,
Okay.
and and I enjoyed it. Um, but I don't know. I feel like I found myself. I don't know if you guys have ever played a game that you kind of, how do I put it? Like you push yourself to play through,
Ooh.
and you feel like
Yeah, that's not a good
like it's
thing.
like this. It's like this strained. Um, I don't know. It's weird. It's weird to explain because I did enjoy the game. I did enjoy the characters. I think the banter that they have, like those cutscenes, um, it's very funny. Bayonetta is very witty, very funny. Um, but I don't know. It felt like a duty to get through the game.
Oh yeah.
Um, and so I played that, and then I started Bayonetta 2, but I think at that point I was just kind of uh, saturated with Bayonetta content, just because I had played through the first one and it was kind of like a drag for me, um,
Gotcha.
and so when I got to this one, I was kind of like over it. I was kind of exhausted of it, um, which is a shame because like Luis says, the second one is, I feel, a lot more appealing in terms of visuals, in terms of the color that they use. It's obviously an improvement. Um, but at that point, I was just kind of like, "Ugh, okay, I need a break," and I didn't finish the game, the second one, and I haven't gotten back to it. Um, but um, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, and I guess it's just the storyline is a little convoluted. The first one, especially the first one, it was a little weird, because Bayonetta, obviously being the first in the franchise, you expect it to kind of lay out the premise and then what's going on here, and it does that, but it does it in a very weird way. It's all, I feel like it's kind of all over the place at times. Um, but um, but I think that the thing that just kind of made it worse for me is just like the well, not the graphics, the color that they use in the first game.
Mm.
um it's got this, how do I describe it, like this murky brown hue, um where everything just seems, I don't know, it seems dull. I don't know, do you know what I'm talking about, Luis? Like, it's very opaque. Like the colors, there's no uh I mean, obviously there is color, but I don't know. It's very dull, um,
Hmm.
and I think that kind of contributed to my not wanting to continue.
Got you.
um,
Yeah.
but uh, but yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say. I didn't finish the second one, and I feel like that is the one that kind of better depicts the franchise, the one that better
Hmm.
represents the franchise. But I only played the first one, so.
Yeah. So did the gameplay get repetitive for you, or was it okay? What did you like it?
mm, it did get a little repetitive, but like I mentioned, it's not that it's repetitive. It's just that you get you get kind of tired of the. I think for me, it was that the color, the lack of color, the
Right.
lack of vibrancy. Um, it's just kind of like this very depressing, and it's not even depressing because Bayonetta is funny. The other characters are funny. It's comedic, but it's very. I don't know how to describe it. I can't think of the right word, but that makes you notice the repetitiveness more, and so it's just
Right.
kind of like, okay.
Yeah. Well, the PS3 and the 360 era, it was known for having like
Mm, yeah,
the not doo doo brown, but like just brown everywhere in their
yeah.
games, and it was a thing. So
I will say the final boss, it's pretty cool. I did enjoy the final boss. That's all I say.
for sure. All right. Shall we move on?
Shall.
Okay. I have some other games here. If you don't, if you don't have, you feel like you don't have anything substantial to say about the game, we can just say we can just move on to the next one. I don't want to like dictate it because I don't know what you guys definitively have played or were interested in. So just in case, I wanted to go through them.
Sounds good.
Um, but first, before we do that, I know there's one that we're going to talk about, and that is Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu slash Eevee. So
Oof.
this one, y'all, I mean, that was the whole like Mew in the Pokeball thing and all that, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
the
Pokeball.
controller or
Controller.
Joy-Con thing.
Yeah. Okay. Y'all tell me about this because I only saw this in passing.
I'll go ahead and just say what I have to say first. Jose probably has a lot more to say. Um, yeah, Pokemon Go. This was 2018,
2018.
2018, right? Damn. Um, um, I get it. I get it. Why they did release these games. I'm not a I wasn't a big fan of them. Um, I haven't. I started playing the Pokemon Go Eevee, and I stopped like well, like 2 hours in. Like I never continued.
Oof.
Um, yeah, like I haven't passed the game. It is a remake of the original game, which I played multiple times. Well, Fire Red, which was another the other remake of the first game. Um, and I played the original story multiple times, so I kind of know the deal of the story and all that. Um, but yeah, I mean, I think I don't think it was the type of, or it wasn't my type of game. Um, when I play Pokemon, I want to get my team and then battle with my team, right, and have them
Mm.
fight and perform animal cruelty and things like that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Um, but I think this game was more of like the more casual or newer fans of Pokemon. After the whole Pokemon Go thing, they did implement that similar catching mechanic of throwing the ball um, and catching the Pokemon. Uh, and I mean that's cool, but I think I wish they had more. Like I wish there was more to it. It is kind of I think that what made the Pokemon games exciting is where you had to you fought these Pokemon and you had to weaken them, and then the excitement of catching them after this work that you put in. I think that's part of the excitement of Pokemon, and I think they took that a little bit of that with Pokemon Go or Pokemon Let's Go.
Right.
Um, so I mean, it's a I think it's a well-made game. It looks good. It looks fine. It looks pretty. But it just it's I don't know. It didn't captivate me as as much as the mainstream, or not the mainstream, the mainline Pokemon games, which
Right.
with the more RPG elements and you know um, all these game. I mean, these mechanics that made Pokemon or made me enjoy those games.
For sure.
But I mean, it's fine. For newer fans to get into the whole Pokemon world and get to know these Pokemon and get to get more used to Pokemon. I think it's a fine game.
Mm.
I hate these games. I do not like these
Oh
games.
man.
I bought Let's Go Eevee, um, and I mean I played through it, and I mean I passed it. Uh, I just don't like this game. It's very stripped back of everything that makes Pokemon Pokemon. Um, uh, I mean this came out in 2018. Um, I think it's very obvious that it's kind of like an extension of, or it's Game Freak's or Nintendo's attempt at kind of drawing in the Pokemon Go um, audience that they received back in 2016, and appealing to them directly by making the focal point of this particular game, catching the Pokemon. um, and and I mean, and that's a very smart uh, business move. It makes sense, and I think, you know, and this isn't to bash like Pokemon Go fans, but the Pokemon Go fan base, I think a lot of those people are very casual fans, very casual Pokemon fans, um, and so it makes sense that this game is in a way designed to appeal to casual fans, um, and and that's good. But obviously, and Game Freak, for the longest time, I feel like Game Freak has screwed over longtime fans to try to uh, appeal to like a more casual audience,
Mm.
um, and it's frustrating, and there's a lot of issues with Game Freak, and I think Pokemon Sword and Shield kind of exposed a lot of that, or it kind of brought to the surface a lot of those frustrations that a lot of the fans have, um, and and I think I will say the game is very pretty. I think it's very nicely made. Actually, a lot of people, when this new remakes, the Diamond and Pearl remakes, were announced, people weren't really feeling the chibi look, um, and so a lot of people were bringing up the graphics for from Let's Go, and were like, asking or wondering why they couldn't maybe have gone that way, that route in terms of visuals,
Mm.
because it's a really nice world that they created there, the overview. Um, but I mean, aside from that, it's such a drag for me. Like, the only way that you can gain, I mean, you gain experience points, you raise your Pokemon, you level them up. Um, there are Pokemon battles with trainers. Um, but once you battle them once, that's it. Like, you can't battle them again. So how do you raise your Pokemon? Well, you go and catch Pokemon over and over and over and over, and over again. Um, and that to me is such a drag. It's such a drag. and and the thing is, like, a lot of these catch rates are ridiculous. Like the little ring, that tells you
Mhm.
how the chance of you catching it
Mhm.
goes from like bright green to dark red, uh, and that depends on uh, that indicates the difficulty of catching the rate of catching that Pokemon. Um, the Pokemon could have like a freaking green ring on it, and you'll waste like 10 great balls trying to catch it because it breaks out of the Pokemon. It's ridiculous. I don't know I don't know how it's designed, but it's horrible, and
Dang.
it's just, I don't like the game. I don't like the game. I'm sorry, Pokemon fans out there. I don't like the game. A lot of people were like begging or hoping for a Let's Go Johto. I hope they don't revisit that anymore. I don't like the game. Um, then yeah,
Yeah.
that's all I'll say.
Yeah, you gotta get that off your
I
chest.
I
That was a
hate it.
lot.
I
Dang.
hate it.
Okay, okay, okay. Man, okay. I
Oh
don't know
yeah,
if
yeah,
I
I'm sorry.
played
I
the.
came across
Go
all
ahead.
like I'm coming across as like this bitter person, but it's just not my type of game.
We'll just say that you don't like it, and then we'll go into hate territory. We don't need that negative energy.
Understatement. I know, right?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
uh,
One thing I will say, the
yeah.
game did bring the uh overworld Pokemon like roaming around. So that's something that I really did like. That's something that a lot of people liked, and it carried over to uh, Sword and Shield. And so that's, I think, a change that did um, bring something new that a lot of people appreciated.
Hmm.
Um, so I mean, kudos to them for that. But but yeah.
Right. Uh, yeah, I don't know. I might have dabbled with it when y'all were playing it, but this game was little. It was. I just thought of it as more Pokemon Go, just like as a console on console. Um, I guess that's not that accurate actually. I just like you know how I feel about Pokemon. Pokemon is like something I gave it a chance in 2019, and it's not my thing. So I'm not gonna comment on it too much. Just not gonna comment on it too much. But it seems like you guys were not big fans of this one. So
Yeah.
we look forward to talking about Sword and Shield in 2019. We're not gonna do that this week though because we're getting close to the time limit. But let's go ahead and run through these 2018 games. We talked about Pokemon Let's Go. Uh, ba, 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 ba. How about Pokemon Quest? Should I move on?
Um, Pokemon Quest.
Yeah,
Um, that came out in 2018.
yeah.
What? I'm trying to remember what Pokemon Quest. Oh,
You
it's the
don't
one with
even
the
remember?
blocks, right?
That was like they
It's the black one.
look like Minecraft. Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. I mean, it was a nice little uh game. I did hear that they're I don't know, I think they're releasing it. I don't know. I saw an article yesterday about it, but um, I mean, I did play it a little bit. It was kind of fun. But just like I don't know, it's kind of you kind of drift away from that. You start focusing on other
Mm,
games, and it
right.
just kind of becomes like it's like in the back of your mind, like, oh, that game's still there, but there's other
Gotcha.
things I can play.
Gotcha. For
So
sure.
nothing much, nothing else, not much to say about it
All right.
from my part.
Yeah, same. I mean, it was a mobile game too, so it came out for mobile
Mm-hmm.
and for Switch. So it was kind of like, here's some random game for you to spend time on. I mean, yeah,
Yeah. Gotcha.
nothing
Gotcha.
much to say.
Gotcha. Did you guys play The World Ends with You Final Remix?
No, not yet. I've been thinking about getting that game. Um,
Yeah.
but there's so many games.
Yeah.
um, but no, we never played that game.
All right. We do have one we're going to talk about a lot. I'm thinking, or more than these coming up. So if you don't have anything to say, we can just move on to the next thing. So that's The World Ends with You. Kirby Star Allies.
Never played that game.
Yeah, I think
Didn't
I
you
played the
play the
demo.
demo?
I did play the
Yeah, the
demo.
demo.
Yeah, it wasn't anything that stood out to me to where like, oh yeah, that was
Hmm.
awesome. So
Yeah, same. I've never, I've never been a Kirby fan. But I think it's mostly because I've never played their games, its games.
hmm
Um, so I really don't have much to say about the game.
yeah, same. Okay, let's see. Next thing we have Travis Strikes Again. No More Heroes. That came out in 2018. Shall we move on?
Yeah, I think we should.
All
Yeah.
right. All right. Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition. So Hyrule Warriors, I just looked it up, came out in 2014. This is the Definitive Edition, came out in 2018. You guys have something to say about this one?
Yeah. So again, this is one of the Wii U games that was ported to Switch.
Yeah.
Of the many. We did get this game, as as Zelda fans. We weren't able to get it on the Wii U, so we got it for the Switch. Really fun game. Again, it's fun, I guess. Uh, if I feel like if I played like the normal Dynasty Warrior games, I wouldn't be as invested with this game. I think, and that's mainly because it's a Zelda crossover kind of thing.
hmm
You got a lot of characters with different moves, and there's so much content in this game. There's a lot to do in this game, and you know, I think I put around maybe 100 plus hours into this game, and I don't even think I'm halfway done with the whole game. There's so much to do. Um,
Wow.
because it is a definitive edition. It includes all the DLC. It includes all the maps, the characters, and all of that. Um, and again, it's really fun. It's a fun um, fun game. Killing enemies, doing the different objectives that you have, and I think the whole Zelda aspect, it's a plus for me at least,
Hmm.
and I think for Jose as well, as Zelda fans. But yeah,
All right.
One thing I do want to say, if with like the price points of games now, and is this game worth this much money, and all that debate. I
Yeah.
feel like Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition is a game that gives you content.
Okay.
Like, there's so much content on that game. We still haven't finished like the rest of we finished the main storyline, but there's so many other um, uh, things that you do there. It's such a good game, and I love that. I love that it has so much content, and the genre. It lends to that kind of repetitiveness. I mean, if you're not a fan of that, then obviously it's not a game for you. But for people who do enjoy it, um, it's something that you never get tired of, and it's fun. And if you're a completionist, there's definitely a lot of stuff that you can do there, and I
Mm.
appreciate that so much from that game.
Right.
So if you want to buy it, I mean, if you want a game that's worth the price, it's Hyrule Warriors. Get that one.
Got you. I would even say if you're open to the genre, not even if you're not a,
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
Mm.
definitely. Um, all right, before we move on to the next game, Jose, did you want to say anything about Kirby Star Allies? You good?
Uh, yeah, I kind of refrained from saying anything. I
Yeah, yeah.
haven't played that game,
All right.
so I can. There's not much I can say.
Got you. No problem. Let's see what's left. I mean, we kind of talked about Super Mario Party before. You guys want to say anything additional, or shall we move on?
Let's move on.
I'm ready. Yeah, we can move on. Party. Let's see. We have left. This is DLC, but it was like its own release as well. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Torna. I guess it was a prequel. I don't know if it was DLC. I don't know, but Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Torna, a substantial entry in the Xenoblade Chronicles franchise. Anything to say about this one?
I wish we had something to say, because that means we've played it, but we haven't had the opportunity to play
Gotcha.
uh, that one or Xenoblade Chronicles 2. So
Yeah,
it's on our list for sure.
yeah. Um, I would say how the combat changes up from the original to two, or at least in Torna, what I played. I think it keeps you engaged, and it's a welcome change to how it functions in Xenoblade Chronicles from what I played. So unfortunately, I have not gotten back to it, but I do plan on getting back to Torna. I do like the characters too. The characters are they're original Xenoblade Chronicles like level almost. It's getting there, but they're good.
The bar is too high.
The bar is really high for the original Xenoblade. I had to pull back a little
Yeah,
bit. Like I can't say that.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Shall we move on?
Yes.
Okay.
yes.
So before we get into the big honcho one, uh, Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate. Wait, did it? Was this the Japan one or? Let's see. MGHU release West. Just checking. Yeah. So what the heck? Whatever. I'm not sure, but let's talk about it right here. 2018. Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate. Luis, this was like the first one that you were kind of like semi invested in, like to play along with me. So, how do you like this one? How did you like it? Generations Ultimate? Real quick.
Yeah, yeah. So I think from all the Monster Hunter games that I've tried, uh, Monster Generations Ultimate, it's it's the one that I had more or I had a hard time to get into it.
Hmm.
Um, having played Monster Hunter Rise now, and then we played a little bit of World.
Yeah.
Um, I think they've improved the franchise way more now. Um,
Yeah.
so I think Generations Ultimate. I think it's a good entryway for new people. Uh, so I went in. Um, this is the first, like you said, it's the first time I played Monster Hunter. Um, and it's like I knew that I was interested in the game, but
Hmm.
a lot of the things of the game sort of like held me back to fully get into it.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know, like for example, and I think the first thing that I always think about when I think about this Monster Hunter or even like previous games, it's, when you go into a new area, there's like this loading screen, and uh,
Oh. Hmm.
like it's sort of like it cuts or at least for me, it sort of like interrupts your hype or your
Hmm.
momentum.
Yes.
um because you have to get to one place to the other, but you have to go through areas, and for each area you have to wait a couple of seconds to for the I guess for the game to load, and and it's understandable, right? But yeah, like the hunting aspects of it, especially with if you're doing with a friend, um that's always fun, and that was fun. I think
Yeah.
that's what I mean. I think that's the main aspect of the game, and it is fun. Um, being able to perform these combos, and being able to hunt these monsters and get the parts and all that. Uh, that's really. I think that I was really into that.
Hmm.
But yeah, I think it's like the minor aspects around it, yeah, like the loading, um, and having to go from one place to the other, and having to walk there, and I don't
Yeah.
know, and it feels a little bit more sluggish in that game. And again, comparing it to Rice, right? And um, but yeah, the it did captivate or did capture my attention, the whole hunting uh, aspect, uh,
Right.
and and I remember back then, I would use the light bowgun, I think, uh,
Yeah.
and maybe that had a little bit to do with it, because I feel like with the other weapons, there's more to them, and
Yeah.
more combos, and you can perform all these things with them. So maybe that affected my that too, my experience.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
But I mean, I think it's we were talking about like content and all that. That game has a lot of content as well.
Dude.
It all the DLC, um, the Nintendo stuff as well. But yeah, it's a great game for those who want to get into Monster Hunter. Um, but yeah, obviously I enjoyed Rise more now. I
Oh
play
yeah.
that. I'm playing that way more. But yeah,
Yeah. I'm gonna have to disagree with you on if you want to get into Monster Hunter Play Ultimate. No.
no.
No, 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 no. I think it's too obtuse. Like a lot of the systems
Hmm.
that you have to wrap your head around. Like if you want to do it, like if you want to
That's
be,
true.
if you want to be efficient with how you're playing Monster Hunter and not like not playing it wrong, quote unquote, because like if you're having fun, you're not playing wrong, right? But
Hmm.
like if you want to play like how like take advantage of everything the developers put in there, you have to like sit through loading screens, go to your freak, go to
Right.
the meow your house person, the cat house cat,
That's true.
and
Yeah.
then you have to get your palicos right, and then if you I don't know, there's I mean there's a lot of that transfers into Rise, but just
Hmm.
because it's more I guess rough isn't the right word, but um I guess it's not. I don't know if because I've experienced it before that in Rise I was like, oh yeah, of course that's how it goes down. But in I remember in Ultimate I had to look up a lot of things or a few things to make things
Hmm.
click in my head. Like even after playing World, I'm like, okay, how does this work here? And like this didn't really explain it to me well, so I had to look this
That's
up.
true. You're
Yeah,
right. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, now
So.
that I think about it,
Hmm.
when I first started playing it, it's very confusing to do
Hmm.
things, and because you have to go to like some place, and if you want to craft, you have to go to this place. But even like when we played online,
Hmm.
it's also a little
Oh
bit
my
different,
gosh. Yeah. The
and
online.
that hassle, and it's a hassle to get online as well. It
Hmm.
was a hassle. Um,
Yeah.
and yeah, now that I think about it, you're right. And I always it felt like it wasn't really explained to me what I
Yeah.
need to do or where I need to go. I
Right.
kind of learned through you because you would like tell me, but I'm guessing you have
Right.
to go through all that as well and
Yeah.
figure out where to go and all those things. So
Hmm.
that's true. That's true.
Yeah. So definitely, if you want to step into Monster Hunter, I would say Rise. Rise is a really good,
Rice. Mm-hmm.
hmm really good jumping off point. Or World, if you want to play World. World is really good too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, I don't know if this was your first one. Did we play the demo of World before Generations Ultimate? I don't remember.
Um,
It was during that Monster Hunter craze, so that we
right.
had. Yeah. But don't
I
I don't know.
I don't know actually.
Yeah.
Was there a demo
Innocent.
for Generations Ultimate? There
Yeah,
was,
dude,
right?
we were getting handled by
Yeah, that's
Valstrax.
true.
Dude,
Yeah, you're right.
remember how many times we had to try that before we we
Yes.
did it?
Yeah. So so
We
I
yeah.
think we played the demo for Ultimate first, then
Yeah.
we got Ultimate, Generations Ultimate,
Hmm.
and then we played World, the demo for World.
That sounds right. Yeah. Man. Yeah. We did end up beating the demo, right? We won. We won against that thing. I want to say we did.
Um,
Or
I
was it
think we
just me
did.
on my own? I want to
No,
say
actually,
yes.
yeah, yeah, I think you did it on your own. Actually,
No, we never beat him
I don't think
together.
we did. I don't remember actually.
No, dude. Okay. I said it real quick, and we've been talking about this for minutes, but
Right.
yeah. Okay.
I wonder how it'd be like for me going back to that to Ultimate. Like, would it be better now, or like with the Switchblade? Because I think the Switchblade plays a
Oh,
little bit different, no?
dude. Yes, we should revisit it. The Hunter Arts. The
Yeah,
Hunter Arts changed the
the Hunter Arts.
game.
Yeah, that's true.
My favorite Switch Axe is Valor Switch Axe in Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate so far. It's
Hmm.
really fun. So, man, yeah,
That's true. The I have forgotten about the arts. That's what made it
yeah,
special, right?
definitely. And shall we move on to the main? Not the main. I don't know. Is it safe to say the main game of 2018 is this? Shall we move on first?
Yeah,
All right. Super Smash Brothers Ultimate came out in 2018
December of 2018.
at the tail end of the year. And what a game this is, y'all.
Shit. Uh, I mean, what can I say about Ultimate, right? I mean, we're still getting content for the game.
Yeah,
Um, well, I mean, you have to pay for it, right? So,
sure, sure.
but yeah, I mean, I think to me, it's the best Smash that has come out in terms of well, I mean, of everything. I guess like the content, like how the characters, the amount of characters we're getting, or we originally got before DLC was announced. Um, I mean, we literally have all the characters from the past games in this game,
Hmm.
and I mean it's really cool to have that. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what to say about Ultimate. One, I think I would say Ultimate Smash Ultimate is a must-have if you have a Switch. Just because there's so much I don't know history I guess in the game, like video game
Right.
history,
Yeah.
um, and a lot of video game respect, and I think it's one of the best games on the Switch, and I think one of the best Smash so far.
Yep. Jose? Oh, go ahead. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
I agree with what Luis said. Um, I mean, I don't know what else to say.
Yeah.
It's, I mean, I really like that they brought in like the past characters. I mean, it was really nice to see like young Link and Pichu and the Ice Climbers. Ice Climbers was a character that I don't know. I feel like it was such a letdown when it wasn't included in the what was it, Wii U and 3DS.
Hmm.
Um, and and I don't know, like it's this game has really felt like, and I don't know, it's a little worrying to me. Like, how are they gonna be able to top this if they're even gonna top this? Um, like it just feels like a conclusion to a franchise. But I mean, I don't know. I feel like it uh, sells too much for it to just stop. Um, but um, but yeah, I mean, I think it's probably the best version of Smash that we've gotten so far. I do wish we could have a better like adventure mode. Um,
Yes. Yes.
I really, I don't know. I miss. I mean, it could go two ways. Like I really did enjoy the adventure mode from Melee. I think that was a really fun adventure mode. Or another subspace emissary like story. It's something that I wish we could get. And I don't know. I don't know if we'll ever get anything like that ever again. Um, but yeah, that's like the only drawback that I would say Ultimate has. Other than that, like Luis mentioned, like we're still getting content for that game. Um, we're getting characters in there that we never would have thought we would get.
Hmm.
Um, and and yeah, I mean it's a really cool game. A must have, like we said.
Yeah. Bro, I'm going wild and over here thinking like I just played the story modes for Mortal Kombat 11. Imagine a story mode like that for Smash.
What is
Boy.
what is the story mode like?
So like it has a beginning, middle, and it's like it's movie-esque. You'll
Okay, okay.
start with like usually there's like two people adventuring together. You go like so like um you know you know about Raiden, right? Raiden, like
Hmm.
the Thunder God.
Yeah,
Yeah, so he's usually the head honcho. He's telling people he's like the leader, telling people what to do in order to stop. There's usually a big bad. So the big bad at this time was it doesn't really matter. But anyway, people go on their own missions, usually like in pairs or in groups of threes or whatever, and they have dialogue with each other, so you get like character development that way. Beautiful environments. Um, Nintendo has like Smash has so many beautiful environments to choose from with all those franchises, and then like people then there's people that show up to fight, so like for example in the story mode it would be like Kung Lao and Liu Kang, and then Scorpion will show up to try to stop them from progressing. So imagine that in Smash Ultimate, kind of like Mario and Peach or something, and then Bowser just shows up
yeah,
and then like trying to impede them from doing whatever they gotta like whatever evil they're trying to to prevent. And then you can choose in Mortal Kombat. You can like sometimes you get to choose who to fight with. So like
yeah.
imagine like Mario squaring up and Peach is like looking too, and then you choose Peach and they're like Mario, I've got this time, whatever she says, right? And then and then
Yeah,
Peach and Bowser square off, and Mario and then Mario's like okay, a Peach or whatever he says,
yeah,
and then they square off and then they progress. Dude, you know how that would be so dope. I was just like getting tingles off of thinking about something like that.
yeah. There's so much potential, and
Yeah.
I mean, I've said this in the past, but like, um, and I don't know if it'll ever happen, but like a standalone game where it's just that, like the story, like bring in the subspace emissary like aspects of it, create a whole new storyline, and just have these characters interact with each other
Oh my
in this
gosh.
new world in this story. It's like one of my dreams, because I really did enjoy subspace emissary, and these little interactions that these characters have with each other.
Hmm.
Um, and and yeah, I mean, I'm there with you. Like, I don't know, it's something that I just want so badly, but you know, who knows if it'll ever happen.
Yeah, that sounds so ambitious. I don't know. Nintendo's up. Nintendo can do it, but will they do it? Probably not. But
No.
yeah, yeah. Man, that was a good discussion. I got all riled up for something that's probably not gonna happen, but it's okay. That's what video games
You
are
have to
for.
believe. Tends to
Yeah.
happen with Nintendo fans.
All right, so um, I think we're gonna have to wait once again to rank the 2002 games because we're reaching the end
Yeah,
point of the podcast. So, shall I move on to the closing, y'all?
please do.
All right.
Yes.
So we have been Roll Jump Media. If you like have us listening to us have passionate conversations about Nintendo, about video games, go ahead and check us out on our different social media platforms. Look up Roll Jump Media and your preferred platform, and hopefully we show up. I know we're on Twitter, we're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, Instagram, and I'm forgetting something, I think. But you can go and check that out. If you're watching on YouTube, it's in the description, our socials, and we're also on Spotify and Apple's podcast service. So please check us out there as well. We also do streams, usually every Friday. We try to aim for the Fridays. Sometimes we don't do them, but go to check us out there, give us a follow, and we would be glad to have you. Thank you for watching. And before we sign off, do my co hosts have anything to say before we bounce?
Thank you for tuning in, and see you guys next time. Yes, thank you for tuning in, and go play Resident Evil.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.